Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining back to watch the video. I hope you're having a nice time. I hope your day is going well. I hope you woke up strong and healthy. Thank you for joining back to watch this one. So quickly, more interesting updates for this video, and Osimhen is in the update. Osimhen transfer situation has been crazy. So I have a little bit of information to give you guys in this video. I have a Super Falcons, of course. They've been preparing for the Olympics, and I'll talk about them briefly. And then there's Taiwo Awoniyi has now joined his Nottingham Forest for their preseason, but there's still a little bit of issue because he didn't really play a number of their preseason games right now. So let me jump into the Nigerian Super Falcons. Of course, they've been training really hard for these Olympic games that they are going to play tomorrow, being Thursday. Of course, you know from previous videos on this channel that their first game is going to be against Brazil, and that one will be on Thursday, 6 p.m. You know, it's the time for that one, and it's going to be a really interesting encounter, very difficult match, because we've obviously played them the last time in the Olympics. That was more than 16 years ago, and they trashed us 3-1. But this is going to be our chance to have an edge over Brazil, but it's not going to be an easy game. Of course, we know Brazil, a big powerhouse in the world of football, both their male and female category. The girls had a very serious training yesterday night, and it was probably the most serious training that they've had since they entered France. And you know, from the look of things, they are still going to train again today. You know, today morning and perhaps in the evening. Before Andy Waldron will now know the squad, the people that he's going to use for that game tomorrow. But it's not just all about Nigerian Super Falcons. The Brazil national female team, they're also getting ready. They're getting buzzed, you know, in their training ground ahead of the Nigerian game. They know that it's not going to be an easy game. It's not going to be like the last time in 2008 that they beat us 3-1. This is obviously going to be a much more tougher fixture. About the game tomorrow, we have one of our players who has now reacted to it, and that person is Etebo. She believes that this game is, of course, as everyone is expecting, it's going to be a really trying game for them. It's going to demand everything from them, but she believes that they are fully ready and prepared for this game because they've been preparing and they've been training, you know, more than 2 weeks now for this event. And what she's just asking is for Nigerians, for the fans, to support them as they go out to represent the country. Again, from the Brazil camp, someone is also talking about this game, and that person is the talented Brazilian forward Adriana Leo da Silva, who has now warned her teammates that this game is going to be a game that will be tricky for them. It's not going to be like the last time that they played us, you know, in 2008. She feels that this match is going to be a whole new, different ball game for both teams, and that they have to start off on a high note. She's urging her Brazilian teammates to get the advantage, to get a head start by winning their first group game. But she also believes that it's not going to be a pushover. It's not a match that they will entirely dominate. That for them to get this needed result, that they are going to have to be fully concentrated, you know, and focused on the game. But only time will tell what, you know, the scoreline is going to be, who's going to carry the day for that one, and then we'll definitely be here to talk about it. Hopefully it's going to be Nigeria. But moving on to that, to the next gist, let me let you know that Osimhen transfer situation has been heating up every single day. You know, we thought that it's going to come to an end once PSG entered the race, you know, with all the interest, all the focus that they want to get Osimhen to replace Mbappe. But right now, the deal has stalled a little bit, especially coming from the PSG side. They have now, they seem to be a bit quiet right now because Napoli are still holding out for a lot of money than PSG are willing to pay. PSG have made a series of bids to try and get Osimhen, but the last bid that they've made and decided to just cool off, you know, was 80 million euros. That was the max that they were willing to bring. But Napoli refused to honor that 80 million. They were still holding out for 90 million euros plus, you know, a player deal they also want Kang In Lee, who plays for PSG, plus that 90 million euros. So for that reason, PSG got angry and decided to leave the negotiation. They are not making any move forward right now. Both clubs have now stalled in their negotiation because Napoli are refusing to reason with PSG in terms of reducing that price to 80 million without any player included in the deal. What does this mean for Osimhen? This means that Osimhen might still have to stay in Napoli for at least another year because there isn't any club that can afford him right now. Napoli is making the negotiation difficult for all clubs to buy Osimhen. And Osimhen is now maybe surrendering to the possibility of playing at Napoli one more year. But Osimhen still wants to leave, and right now his agent has decided to start offering Osimhen or start tabling Osimhen to different club sides who previously showed interest for him. And one of such clubs is Arsenal. Arsenal has now been offered Osimhen by Osimhen's agent. So Osimhen's agent is doing everything to see if he can broker a deal between Napoli and Arsenal. But Arsenal are still trying to observe the terms and the fee, of course, to see if it's something that they will be able to meet. But there's huge doubt on that because Arsenal seem to have their eyes on the Italian striker Flori. But Osimhen still has offers from Saudi Arabia. I think about two club sides in Saudi Arabia want to sign him, but the man is prioritizing staying in the Europe's top flights so that he can play in the Champions League. We'll see what happens next in the coming days, but it's very possible that Osimhen is going to spend one more year at Napoli if he doesn't get a preferred deal from any of these clubs that he wants. And moving on to the next news, let me let you know that Taiwo Awoniyi has now joined Nottingham Forest in their Spain preseason camp. Initially, they gave the hint that he will not be joining them for their preseason because he was still trying to recover from his injury and become fit. But their recent updates in their social media, that's Nottingham Forest, they actually showed a picture of him training with the other guys in the Spain camp. And of course, that was obviously a good news, seeing the man return back to their preseason. But the bad news was the fact that he did not partake in their yesterday match against Millwall. And even though his coach, Nuno Espirito, did not say anything about his absence in that match, there's still this wide speculation that Taiwo Awoniyi is still not fit enough to start playing games. Right now, he's missed up to 3 preseason games, and they have one coming up against Elche, probably this weekend. So there's a possibility that he might play in this game, but if he doesn't play in this match, then there might be problem for him, when the season starts, because of course we know how important preseasons are and how coaches field players that they use in the preseason. If you don't play preseason, then there's a huge chance that you may not be part of the coach's plan for the new season. But we hope this is not the case for him. We hope that he gets fit to play the Elche game and play all the other games available and then start the season strong. And then for the last gist, guys, let me let you know that Ogenakaro Etebo has now returned back to the pitch. Of course, this man is a very, very talented midfielder, very strong, very good technically and physically. Anywhere you want him is there. I mean, I really enjoyed this time playing for the national team, but all of a sudden he went AWOL. We couldn't see him again. But right now the man is now signed to Jengle Beligi. He's been without a club for a really, really long time. I think up to a year or so. After the last time we saw him in the Greece league. But thank goodness he's back, and hopefully he plays strong and maybe come back to Nigerian Super Eagles national team. That's the update, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for more updates.